Hello, my name is Greta Harrison. Welcome to Born Fabulous Podcast, Episode 2 of Season 2. The theme for this season is changing the world one friendship at a time. You will hear interviews with best friends where one person happens to have a disability and the other does not. This episode is the second part of my interview with Tim Harris and his best friend, Ashten Mizell. Tim is famous for owning Tim's Place, a restaurant that served breakfast, lunch, and hugs. Tim is now a successful keynote speaker. He is 34, loves to travel, and values his numerous friendships in a very unique way. Tim has Down syndrome. Ashten Mizell is 33. She is a proud wife and mother of 3 young children. You will also hear that she's a very good friend. Please enjoy this short clip of Love is a Potion. The lyrics are by Melissa Riggio, who was the focus of episodes 1 through 4 in season 1. The music and voice are by Rachel Fuller. Ashten, did you have any experiences with people who had different abilities before Tim?
I did not. I did not have any experience with them or anybody that I knew other than Tim. And so Tim was kind of my first relationship and first person that I knew, but not anymore.
Oh, yeah. Now you have a whole tribe with Tim, don't you?
I have a whole tribe. That's
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't trade him for the world, huh?
No way.
No way.
And Ashten, what is your view of how school would have been even better if more people had been included? How do you think that would have?
Gosh, I just really feel like, Tim has totally changed my entire life, my entire outlook on life. Our family's entire outlook on life. Anybody that knows me knows about Tim and how he's impacted that. And so it saddens me because I do feel like if more people got the opportunity to have a friendship, have a relationship like I have gotten to have with Tim, their lives would be changed. And I feel like so many walls would be broken down and so many prejudices and all the horrible things that are going on in our world today, I feel like would disappear because Tim has truly taught me that he's more like me than we are different. And he really is. And that's how most people are. And so I just wish our world and our schools could have that be more included and that kids could be included more, and be a part, because seriously, their people's lives would just be so much richer. Like Tim's outlook on life, he is always positive. He's always happy. He's always encouraging. It's rare that you find Tim not those things. And so I just think just to have more of that, like more positivity, and it would just be so amazing for our schools and for kids, especially in today's culture, to have that. So I wish that would be more of a thing.
That was beautiful. Tim, would you like to add anything?
About
people being included, like people with awesome abilities like you being more included in school. I want them to
be included.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. Yeah. It's fun and telling them that they were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Did you have a hard time in high school a little bit?
I did. I got bullied a lot,
mm-hmm.
but now the whole entire school would turn the tables on those people.
That's right, they would.
Yeah, especially this one right here.
That's right. But I just feel like I really do. I feel like people's perceptions of Tim changed when they realized he can work at a restaurant. People from high school would come in and see him working there, and they would see him being on Senate, and they'd see him in our mascot. He was the eagle of our high school. So they'd see him running around at assemblies and football games, and they'd see him get up and do things for Senate speeches and different things. They saw him win Homecoming King and Student of the Year. They saw Tim go to college. I mean, I just think it opened up truly. I saw so many walls broken down with so many kids. And even my friends were really kind of curious at first when I started bringing Tim around, and he started eating lunch with us and doing different things with us. And I think people were like, Ashten, what's happening here? But truly, like, Tim has changed all of our lives and all of their lives, and has opened up all of our eyes to just see other people with awesome abilities like Tim has, and what that can do. So.
And we know one of Tim's really, really, really biggest talents is giving speeches. Mm-hmm. Tim, you are such a great, great orator. You are a great speech maker. So let's talk about, I think there was a time in high school when you kind of got up in front of the whole school and everybody was, let's tell us that story about when everybody first saw Tim really being recognized by the whole school for what a good speech maker he is. Can we hear that story?
I did something fun. It was our PE class. My coach turned us into a Special Olympics team. It was a basketball team, and the whole team voted me captain of the team. And at the Winter Sports Assembly, they were all mention all the football, the soccer, and all that, and then they introduced a Special Olympics team, and I came out first because I was the captain, so I got to go out with the microphone and introduce my team one-on-one. And before I introduced my team, I was talking, and people in the background who would yell out in the background, Tim! And the whole team came out throwing mini basketballs in the crowd.
And they cheered for a long time, didn't they?
Yeah, we had a team cheer before. Then after we got done with a team cheer, I raised my hands up high with the microphone, and then the whole entire room stood up. 10-minute standing ovation. That meant a lot to us. The whole entire room, on both sides, the whole entire student body, they all loved us.
Wow. Were you giving your oh yeah back then, Tim?
I don't think I was, no.
I don't think but now since I brought it up, let's hear your oh yeah. Let's hear it really with gusto. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, Tim. Come on. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Again.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I'm waking up our neighbors.
One more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome. And Ashten, were you there when he gave that speech?
I was, and I do remember that day. That was a very, very powerful day. And I feel like that's when, people really started to notice Tim and his influence, and then just all of those Special Olympic athletes. And they all became really close friends of mine, of course, because of Tim in high school. And it was just so sweet to see them in that moment. They felt included. They felt like everybody else in that moment, and they felt like everybody saw them. Everybody saw them. Everybody saw them as important, and they were excited for them.
Now, did you ever see in your mind that Tim would go from that day to speaking before, I don't know, you've spoken before 5,000, 10,000 people easily, haven't you, Tim?
I did. I also did a big speaking event in 2015.
Okay, tell us about that.
It was in front of the whole entire world at the World Special Olympics Games in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It was like over 1 billion people watching on TV and over millions in the crowd.
Yep. And who told you to come give him a hug?
That was in 2014, before the games.
Oh yeah.
Before the big ceremony. It was President Barack Obama. He gave a speech to all the and about Special Olympics and got all the other athletes, talk about them, and then he mentioned me. He mentioned my place where he never got to go and try it out. But he said, "Hey Tim, I didn't get a hug."
So he called you up there.
So he called me up there for a hug.
Gosh. And you got to hug Michelle Obama.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
It's crazy. Tim used to be a very shy high school boy, and to see him now is incredible. I mean, truly, he can get up and he can work a crowd. And for him hugging presidents and presidents' wives, it's seriously amazing, and just goes to show that there's no boundaries when there's just no boundaries with you.
It's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It's very cool. There's no boundaries. And that video, I'm pretty sure, is on season 1 on your page there that we have for your family. But if it's not, I will make sure it's on this one. It should, but I'm pretty sure it's on season 1. So everybody can see President Obama asking Tim for a hug and Tim going up and getting that. Because that was pretty cool. Tim, you are a rock star. You really, really are. So let's go on to Tim. Did you have any close friends before Ashten who did not have different abilities? Did you have any?
I had lifelong best friends back when I was a kid.
Like family friends?
Like family friends, like Ashley Fate was my best friend since kindergarten. And my friend Kim, that one, Homecoming Queen, was in my childhood too.
Yes,
way before. Even I did have a best friend named Derek McDonald. He was my best friend all the way since kindergarten up until now.
Yeah, so Tim went to the same elementary, middle, and then high school with a lot of the same kids that were in our high school. So they all knew him from being really little.
I did have a best friend. His name was Patrick Matheson, and so we were going home from school, and some kid came from behind and took me from the back of my backpack on the strap and dragged me away somewhere, and my best friend picked up a rock and nailed him with a rock.
Wow, that's a good friend.
Yeah, we were almost home and he did that. That was not cool. He was dragging me and choking me.
Aww.
We were walking home from school.
He stuck up for you, huh?
My best friend Patrick did that.
Yeah. I don't think you can hear Tim's never struggled with friends.
It's awesome.
Tim has a lot of friends.
Oh yeah,
a lot of best friends, don't you?
I have a lot. I have a ton of them.
Yeah.
But that's a great example too of how friends do stick up for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. And let's talk about how Tim has been there for the most important parts of your life, Ashten. I mean, we've got, a wedding, kids. You've got lots of milestones. So let's hear those stories.
I do. Tim has been through so much with me. And one of those was dating. And Tim was always kind of my go-to. Like when I was dating somebody in high school, like, Tim, what do we think about him? Do you like him? And Tim would always, of course, 9 times out of 10 say, oh yeah, I like him. But how they interacted was always just a big thing for me, and how Tim got along with them. And so, but when I met Matt, instantly Matt and Tim had this amazing connection. And I knew one of the ways I knew Matt was the one was he called Tim to hang out with Tim without me even there before we were married, when we were just dating. But when I knew I wanted to marry Matt, there was a story that goes back to high school. And Tim and I were driving home one day, and there was a time that Tim thought that him and I were going to be married. And so we had to have that conversation with his parents and just talk about how I was more like a sister or a best friend, then I would be a partner or a wife to Tim. And so I remember as clear as day, we were driving home from work one day and Tim said, Ashten, if I don't get to marry you, can I be the one that hands your husband the ring on your wedding day? And I said, yes. And so, of course, and so sure enough, on our wedding day, we got married in Cancun on July 24th, 2009.
Oh, yeah.
Tim was there, and we made him a shirt that said King of the Ring. And so he was right there next to Matt and gave Matt my wedding ring. And one of those really special things, so something that Tim has really taught us is, as you can hear, Tim calls everybody his best friend. And that is truly how Matt and I have wanted to live our lives, and that's how we wanted our wedding to be. We didn't want to have a maid of honor or a best man and then bridesmaids or groomsmen. We really wanted everybody to know how special and important that they are. So we truly made everybody our best friend. We made everybody best men, and everybody made them honors, because we have truly tried and want to live our lives like Tim has taught us, that everybody is a best friend. And so that was the motto for our wedding, and it was so incredibly special. And Tim was right there to give me the ring, give Matt my ring, and we had a great time. And so since then, Tim, like he said, has become Uncle Tim to our sweet 3 kiddos. And our second son, Noah, we thought that he may be born with Down syndrome. And so, but even before that, I knew for sure I wanted our kids to be named after Tim, if we were going to be blessed with a baby boy. And so, but Noah had this possibility. And so right then I just knew this is meant to be, and his middle name is for sure going to be Timothy. And he was born, and his name is Noah Timothy Mizell, named after Uncle Tim. And so truly Tim has been there for every big milestone. He's played a huge part in those milestones, but also just in our lives in general, and how Matt and I truly choose to live our lives, like treating others the way that Tim does, and considering everybody best friends, and then just loving people and not seeing anything but love when Tim looks at people. So that is truly how we've chosen to live our lives, and how we're hoping to raise our kids to believe the same things. So,
wow. And Tim, let's hear your take on all of this. What were your feelings on the wedding, and when your namesake, Noah, was born, Noah Timothy? Why don't you talk about those moments?
Those were very special when Noah was born. Afterwards, in my apartment with him with a free hug shirt. And I got to hold him for the first time after, like in October.
Yeah. What did you think when we sent you the video that he was named after you?
I got so excited I cried.
Oh, you had no idea.
I had no idea. It was really special.
It was.
Oh, and what about the wedding? Was that the most beautiful wedding ever?
See, my best friend right there was awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be with Matt, because Matt is awesome, and he's became a best friend of mine too.
Oh
yeah.
And how did you like being King of the Ring, Tim?
It was awesome. I have it in storage out here. So.
You do? Yeah, your shirt's still good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was the best King of the Ring.
That was awesome.
You kept the ring safe, didn't you?
Yeah, but I still have the frame from the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
We had so much fun. Our wedding was so special because it was 4 days in Cancun, Mexico, where we were in this all-inclusive. So we played in the pool, and
chicken fights.
Yeah, chicken fights. Tim was just the star of our wedding. Everybody wanted to be wherever Tim was. So we did anything, Tim was always there, huh?
Yeah, in 4 swimming pools. Yeah,
4 swimming pools. We had a dance party that night. It was so much fun.
I had a favorite one.
What?
The whole wedding party where we were riding on a mechanical bull.
Oh, jeez.
It was awesome.
Oh, and you gave the most beautiful speech at our wedding. Do you remember that? It was so
I kind of remember it, but not too much right now.
It was a long time ago. But it was beautiful.
It was.
Yes. And then we had a reception. So after our Cancun wedding, we had a reception back here in Albuquerque where more of our family and friends could come. And that was a huge just celebration and party. And Tim was the star of that party, of course.
My favorite part was Matt being the DJ on his phone.
Yes.
Awesome.
Matt used to own a DJ company. And so he DJ'd our wedding.
Awesome.
From his phone.
From his phone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It was awesome.
That was a crazy night. So fun. So many good memories.
Oh, yeah. Good fun.
Yeah.
And Tim, how has Ashten been there for your important moments in your life? Things like you having to move, maybe closing the restaurant. You've had so many, and I mean, those are just a couple. You've had, highs and lows, everything in between. You guys are besties. So how has Ashten been there for you?
She's been there for me for a lot, even when I was in tears a lot.
Mm-hmm. Do you always call me first?
I call Ashten first, and I call my aunt. From California.
Yeah. You always call me and cry, or
she didn't even recognize me when I cried.
Yeah.
And when I called her.
Yeah, he'll call me a lot crying, or when he has something exciting. I always love when I get those messages. Ashten, I have something huge to tell you. I have something so exciting, and he can't wait. Like, he'll text me that, and then 2 seconds later he'll call, and then he'll call, and then he'll call, and then he'll call again, and then he'll start calling Matt, and he'll call Matt and Matt and Matt, right?
Oh, yeah.
When Tim has something exciting to say, he can't move on to the next person to call before he talks to us. So I love that. I always know when I get those messages, I have to drop whatever I'm doing and call Tim right away, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Sometimes it's that he's buying a tutu at Walmart, and I think there's like something horrible that happened. So I'm not really sure. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's just Tim. But then other times I know if he's calling and texting me 10 times, then I better pick up the phone. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been really sweet, though. I feel so honored that I do get to be in those moments with Tim, and that he does call me first, and that to
Awesome.
walk through those valleys and the mountaintops with Tim. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Season 2's second episode of Born Fabulous podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and want to hear more. If you would like to see this episode, it is available on YouTube and on bornfabulouspodcast.com. The friendship between Tim and Ashten is a joy to see as well as hear. In episode 3, Tim and Ashten talk about some milestones in their friendship and why they call themselves siblings by choice. To see some photos and videos of Tim and Ashten, or to sign up for our email list, please go to www.bornfabulouspodcast.com. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Pinterest. I'd be honored if you would leave a review on iTunes. Now, please enjoy this clip of Love is a Potion. The lyrics are by Melissa Riggio, who was the focus of episodes 1 through 4 in Season 1. The music and voice are by Rachel Fuller.